Japandi. It might sound like just another design buzzword, but it's actually a style with deep roots that's been evolving for more than a century. It brings together the simplicity and craftsmanship of Japanese interiors with the warmth and practicality of Scandinavian design. And the result is a minimal, cozy aesthetic that's calm, balanced, and sustainable without ever feeling cold. And once you see it, you'll understand why it works so effortlessly. Okay, so I want to show you a few images here so you know exactly what I'm talking about when I speak about Japandi design. And the first thing I want to point out here is that it's a bit of East meets West, calm meets cozy sort of vibe, right? Because as soon as you walk into a Japandi space, it feels calm, right? The rooms don't rely on decoration, they rely on the structure of the room themselves. So they've got vertical wood slats, open walkways, low furniture. It's all designed to slow you down without ever saying a word. So you've got these natural oak floors and bright, airy layouts, which is a total Nordic move, but they're paired with Japanese elements like grid screens, slatted dividers, and just a sense of quiet symmetry. And so these spaces prove that you don't need more stuff to feel like a space is done. Instead, the clean lines, the crafted chairs, and the filtered daylight all do the heavy lifting. Now, in a Japandi space, everything looks handcrafted, but it's not showroom style perfect, okay? So the wood feels real, the joinery is visible, and you can tell that someone built this stuff, not just bought it off of a shelf. And that's what makes the whole space feel so much more human. But these spaces are also minimalist without being cold. And so these photos specifically that I've pulled up here, they show that you can have warmth without weight, right? There's no black leather, there's no chrome, there's no glossy surfaces. You've just got soft light, natural texture, and a ton of breathing room. Now, the second thing you need to know about Japandi design is that the palette is neutral, but it's still deeply layered. Because in these spaces, it's the neutrals that do the heavy lifting, and these rooms don't rely on bright colors to feel alive. Instead, they use layering of linen, rattan, oak, ceramic to create warmth and depth without overwhelming the eye. And so these rooms are quiet on purpose. From the bedding to the curtains, every tone is just dialed down. And the calm comes from the soft, earthy shades that don't compete with each other, they just flow. And so you still get contrast, but just in a softer way. So in this image, the gray sofa doesn't clash with the beige tones all around it, it actually grounds them. And then the wood and the matte black ceramics add weight to the space without adding harshness. And the color palette you get in these Japandi spaces actually makes the light feel warmer, because here you've got the sunlight passing through these sheer beige curtains, which gives the whole space a little bit of a glow. And so it's super common in Japandi spaces to use light neutrals to enhance natural light as opposed to blocking it. And there's nothing synthetic or overly saturated, because every material, from the woven poof in this space to the rug, they feel like they came directly from the earth, and that's why this space feels grounded and just completely natural. And that actually brings me to the third thing you need to know about Japandi design, which is that the materials do all the talking. Like, you can feel the texture just by looking. So whether it's a matte stone sink like you see here, or just the grain of an oak table, every surface invites touch, because Japandi skips over shiny and synthetic. It's all about natural materials that age beautifully over time. And the furniture in Japandi spaces doesn't just fill the room, it actually builds the room. So this carved cabinet and blocky coffee table, they aren't just functional, they're sculptural. Every wood grain and every joinery detail adds additional depth here, even in an otherwise empty space. Now, a lot of people end up conflating minimalism with Japandi design, and it's true that it is minimal, but it's definitely not flat. For example, look at the ribbed wall in this bathroom or the boucle of that sofa. There's no extra styling needed. The texture alone creates rhythm, shadow, and an overall sense of interest. And so there's no need for loud accessories when the furniture is this well made. Even the smallest choices, like the thin dining chair legs or the shape of a ceramic bowl, these are all deliberate, and it makes the space feel so human, right? Japandi reminds us that a home isn't just for looking good, it's for feeling good. And with honest materials, handmade pieces, and time-tested textures, they all create a sense of calm that no fast furniture is able to replicate. Now, I mentioned minimalism a minute ago here, and what I really want to get across as point number 4 here is that Japandi isn't just a minimalist style, it's actually a minimalist lifestyle. And there are a couple of reasons for that I want to lay out here, with the first one being that Japandi design creates space to breathe. I mean, look at this bathroom. It's got nothing extra in it, but it doesn't feel empty. right? It's clean, it's quiet, and it's full of natural light, and the layout just forces you to slow down as opposed to speeding through life. Now look at this living room. It's got this low sofa, a wide window, and these sheer curtains that all contribute to a sense of calm and stillness. In this bedroom, there's only a few natural materials and this really soft palette, so the space just invites you to rest. There's nothing here that's overstimulating, and even the wall decor feels like it actually grew there as opposed to being placed there by someone. And this tea room with the floor cushions and woven mat isn't about looks, it's about how you actually use the space. Every item in here is there because it matters. And so I say this is a lifestyle because Japandi design helps you disconnect from the noise of the rest of the world. There's no screens, no clutter, no pressure to impress anyone. It's minimalist not for the trend, but for your own peace of mind. And that's actually why it works, because it supports your lifestyle as a well-rounded human being. And so in my view, Japandi is what happens when form and function finally meet in the middle. There's no clutter, no filler, just natural materials, soft light, and pieces of furniture that serve a quiet, deliberate purpose. And so it's more than just a look. It's a way of living that values space, silence, and simplicity. And the beauty of Japandi is that it gives you less noise, less waste, and less pressure to decorate, but in return, you get so much more calm, more clarity, and more connection to the space you live in. And in a world that constantly pushes for excess, Japandi proves that true luxury is found in having room to breathe.